Good morning, welcome to day 4. I hope you're having a great day. The weather's lovely here again, so I'm just outside talking to you this morning, enjoying it while I can. So there's a few things that I'd like to talk to you about today. Firstly, just to finish off a couple of things from yesterday's video. I mentioned in that I'd had the energy slump mid-afternoon on the previous day, which had taken me by surprise because that's not something I'd expect to have an issue with. Very pleased to report that that's not a problem anymore. I'm eating what for me is a normal sized portion at the meals that I'm having, and I've had no further problems. I'm feeling really well. I'm actually really starting to feel the benefit in terms of feeling a little bit slimmer, a little bit lighter, and certainly I'm feeling really good about myself because I'm making this effort with my health and my appearance. So the starting to get the benefits that I'd expect to be getting at this stage. Now, with regard to the energy slump, something that's worth mentioning to you, when I saw my naturopath, I'm going back a couple of years, and she talked to me then about the importance of keeping your blood sugar levels consistent, and she recommended a low GI diet. So that might be something that you want to look into if it's something that is a problem for you. You can buy books and there's all sorts of information out there about what foods are low GI. And she recommended for me that I always eat protein with my carbohydrate because the protein has the impact of stopping the carbohydrate making your blood sugar spike. So something to look into. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not an expert, so I can only sort of point you in the direction with that really, and hopefully if you find out some more about it, it'll be useful to you. So that's the first thing on that. Secondly, obviously I spoke to you yesterday when I was out walking, and it occurred to me that if you're thinking about doing more exercise, it might be something that you want to monitor on some kind of fitness tracker. So I think that's a great idea. The fitness tracker I just use one on my phone that's called Map My Run, completely free, and then you just start it when you start the activity and finish it when you end, and it keeps you a record of how many miles you've done, how fast, what speed, what your average speed is, that kind of thing. So there's some really interesting information there. You might be tempted, if you want to start a new fitness program, of investing in something, one of the wristbands that you can wear. I used to have one actually. My husband bought me one a couple of years ago, and it was great, and I did get a lot of benefit from it. But the reason I stopped wearing it was just because for the one that I had, the strap broke. It broke, and so I replaced it, and then it broke again, and I decided not to replace it a second time. So you will see on some of my older photos and videos that I'm wearing that wrist strap. So great little gadget, and if you want to buy one, please don't let me stop you because they're very useful, but I just want to make you aware that you don't need to. When you're making the changes, you might want to stick with using the free stuff first of all, and see how you get on with that, and if that gives you the information that you need, great. And if you decide you want to take your fitness to another level, then maybe invest more in the future. I don't know, it's up to you. But just wanted to make sure that you're aware that there are all sorts of free information out there that can help you while you're getting started. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about is something which I touched on yesterday, which happened again for me yesterday afternoon when I got home, in that I suddenly decided I wanted to have some sort of treat, a glass of wine or something like that again. Now this is unusual for me. It's been a long time since I've eaten sort of sweet sugary food. Yes, I do like a glass of wine, but certainly on a normal everyday I wouldn't have a drink. And I do think that the reason this is happening is because I'm doing this vlog for you, I feel more pressure that I can't have things like that. So whereas normally it would be a bit more laid back, and I'd think, well, okay, if I fancy something, do I want it enough to take the consequences, if you like? So if I eat sugar, I know that will have a negative impact on my body. If I drink alcohol, I know that probably I'm going to regret it. Even if I just have one, maybe 2 glasses, I'm probably going to regret it. And I can play that forward in my mind before I indulge, which stops me. But yesterday for the second day running, I came home in the afternoon and I thought, I want to have a drink. I want to have something nice. So what I did, I always had like a little emergency bottle of alcohol-free sparkling wine. I always keep one, and I popped that in the fridge, and I thought, right, okay, if I still want it when it's chilled, I'll have a glass. And by giving myself permission to have it, it stopped the feeling of, oh well, I want it because I can't. I think we have that sort of little child voice in our head that comes up sometimes when we tell ourselves that we can't have something. We immediately want it. So I thought, well, okay, if I want it, I can have it. Just give myself a bit of time to think before I make the decision. And what I did in the end, I just had one kind of half glass. I'll show you the bottle. I just had one half glass, which was a nice treat. Made me feel I wasn't depriving myself. Showed myself that I had permission to have the drink if I wanted it. And surprise, surprise, I didn't want it anymore. So I actually had that as my afternoon snack, because obviously it was a little bit sugary, so it was going to give me a bit of energy there. So a few things there that hopefully you might find useful in terms of, if you feel like you want a treat, think about, do you really want it, or is it just your inner child's voice saying to you, I want this because I can't have it? In which case you can then rationalise with yourself, well, you can have it. It's just that you have to think about what the cost of having it is. Do you want it enough to potentially delay your weight loss journey? Do you want it enough? If it's something like alcohol, that you maybe have to have the effects of drinking alcohol, or maybe you don't want it that much, which is what I ultimately decided. So as I say, I'm still going strong. I'm certainly starting to feel the benefits, and I'm going to sign off now and go and enjoy the sunshine. Have a great day. Speak to you tomorrow.